Sarah Logue here on behalf of Team Logue and Remax Escarpment. I'm in the beautiful community of Millcroft here on our fabulous golf course. I wanted to take a minute and give you a market update. People keep asking where prices are headed. We did see an incredible climb at the beginning of this year, as high as 33 to 35%. What are the climbing interest rates doing? They're pulling that average out of the game. They are bringing us back down about 25% in pricing. Does it mean that we're losing money? No, we're still up 10% from 2 years ago. Plus, the reality is we're seeing a cross-country settling in these numbers. So whatever you're selling for and whatever you're buying for, the gradient is remaining the same, meaning the space between what you purchase and what you sell is the same as we are seeing in the first quarter of the year. For example, Millcroft, first quarter, we were selling just over $2 million for a detached home. Now we're selling just under $1.8 million. For townhomes, they're the one variant that hasn't caught up, and that is primarily because of main floor living. Many of our townhomes in Millcroft feature primary bedrooms on the main floor. Our boomers and downsizers continue to absorb that product at a high rate and a high price. So if you're looking for main floor living, you may want to jump in sooner rather than later. And now over to Kristen in the south end of Burlington.
Kristen Irvin from Team Logue. I'm going to give you a little update on our Southeast Burlington markets. First of all, the Elizabeth Gardens neighborhood is looking at an average sale price of $1,157,000 over the last 90 days and an average days on the market of 21 days. This is just slightly under last year's average for the same time period, about 5% decrease. If we move up the road just a little bit into the Shore Acres market, the last 90 days has seen an average sale price of $1,801,000, which is actually a 5% increase over the same time period last year, showing that these neighborhoods with lots of amenities, beautiful trees, large lots, and great schools are still a fantastic place to invest your money. And now over to Leslie to update us on the Etobicoke market.
Hey, I'm Leslie Capradoni. So there's quite a bit happening in the Etobicoke market, and what's happening in one pocket isn't necessarily happening in another. But on average, from about this time last year to now, we're seeing for detached homes a decrease in price by about 3.1%, semis 3.4%, and we're seeing an increase in townhome sales by about 2.9%. What does this mean in actual sale prices? Well, for example, in certain pockets, it's different for every pocket, but for Mimico area, New Toronto, we're seeing about a $139,000 reduction in price. One thing that's consistent across the market is days on market has increased. Last year, we were seeing about 1 week to 2.5, to now we're seeing about 3 to 4 weeks. Same thing with list price to sale price. Last year, we were seeing houses sell over asking price on average, and now we're seeing about 96.1% in certain areas, 98.9% in other areas, so there is a bit of a range. And with that, buyers are now negotiating that price down. They're adding in conditions like financing and inspection, where previously we were having clean offers, which also attributes to the longer days on market. So we have shifted a little bit more into a buyer's market, but it is still a very strong time to sell. That being said as well, it is a very strong landlord market. Rents are at a record high, so it's definitely a good time to get in the market as a landlord. You should go chat with Kathy if you want to hear some information about Head and Forest Market.
Hi, Kathy Erskine here from Remax Escarpment and Team Logue, giving you a bit of an update of what's taking place in Head and Forest. Recap of what took place in 2022. If we look at the frenzy back in March, average homes in Head and Forest, about 2,000 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 4 baths. You're looking about $1,650,000 to $1,750,000. Now, if you were backed onto a ravine, or if you had more high-end finishes, or if you had a bigger lot, that number would change. But on average, that's what we are seeing. Now, fast forward to where we are now in October, we have seen a drop. We're all well aware with the news telling us there's been a drop about 22% in the Head and Forest area. But there's still opportunity. There's not a lot of inventory right now. We are expecting still a change by the end of the year, possibly 2 to 3%. I'll give you an example. I had an investor purchase in August of this year. Now, smaller type product, 3 bedrooms, 3 baths. They purchased under $850, and now we're renting it out for $3,000. So there's opportunity there. And if you'd like any more information about Head and Forest and what's going on, give us a call. And now over to Josh, one of my colleagues, to update you more on what's taking place in Stoney Creek.
Josh White with Team Logue. Wanted to just touch base on what's happening in Stoney Creek. We've seen the average price of detached homes drop from $1 million to about $885, although semis have gone up in value, averaging about $751, up from $735 last year. Some interesting other facts about Stoney Creek is we're getting a lot of new builds, detached, semis, and condos in both upper and lower Stoney Creek. I'd like to turn it over to my colleague, Alexandra. She's going to talk to you about the Orchard in Burlington.
Alexandra Trolio here with Remax Escarpment, Team Logue. I'm going to give you an update on the real estate activity that we are seeing in the Orchard, located in the northeast end of Burlington. Today, the average sale price of a semi or townhome in the neighborhood is around $920,000. This time last year, it sat around $930,000. This is about a 1% decrease in value. This shows that there is consistent demand for this product and that it is the affordable product within the neighborhood. Now in regard to detached homes, this time last year, the average sale price was $1.44. Today, it's about $1.1. This is a 27% decrease in value as well. It is important to know, the sizes of these detached homes range drastically within the neighborhood. We see some as small as 1,200 square feet, all the way up to 3,500 plus square feet. This is a great opportunity for first-time homebuyers and young families to get their foot into the real estate market, as well as gives them an opportunity to grow within the community. Now over to Vanessa for an update on the West Oak Trails neighborhood.
Vanessa Corba here to chat with you about West Oak Trails located in North Oakville. We're predominantly made up of single and double car detached homes and our townhomes. So within the last month, our townhome has had an average sold price of $1,050,000, where our detached homes have had an average sold price of $1,470,000. So the average days on market is about 35 with 17 active listings currently. Whereas if you were to fast forward to January, February, and March of this year, we were sitting at about 3 active listings and an average days on market of 7. So the major trend that we've been seeing in this little pocket of homes, it is a more affordable option. And so because of that, we've seen a lot of young families and buyers move into the neighborhood, into our townhomes and single and double car detached homes. So the average days on market for our townhomes now have dropped to about 15 compared to 35, which is what the average is in the neighborhood. Ultimately, with the downswing of the market, our young families are taking advantage of this affordable pocket and getting into Oakville in the Oakville postal code. So our prices of our smaller square footage, single car detached homes and townhomes have stabilized quite well. Now passing it on to Alexandra to talk to you about rural Burlington.
Alexandra Pietrantonio with Team Logue and Remax Escarpment. When we compare stats for third quarter of 2022 year with same period of time in last year, we noticed that the average sale price increased by 4.3%, and it's currently sitting at $1,846,000. We also noticed that we managed to sold about 6 houses this year compared to 13 houses last year. Another interesting stat is that the days on the market average for this year is 42 days, as opposed to last year was 25 days. We will keep you up to date with coming information on the sales in the future and definitely get back to you. Next, my colleague Sarah will talk about area of Pinedale.
Sarah Ferry with Team Logue and Remax Escarpment. I'm excited to share with you about my neighborhood of Pinedale. When we look at our towns and semis, we have seen a year-over-year increase in the average sales price of about 4%, bringing the average sold price to about $930,000. For our detached homes, we've seen about a 12% decrease in the average sales price, bringing it to about $1.1 million, making us one of the most affordable South Burlington neighborhoods. And the good news with that is when I pull all of our active listings, we've almost tripled in the amount of inventory that we have on the market. Now I'm gonna throw it to our Milton expert, Krista.
Hi, I'm Krista Barton, here to give you some updated market information about my hometown of Milton. Let's start with detached homes. According to our local real estate board, in September, the average price of a detached home was $1,180,000, which is about 2.7% down versus last year. Our two-story townhomes paint a very similar picture. Right now, the average sale price is hovering around $925,000, whereas last year this time it was $961,000, which is down 3.75%. We do expect the market to level off though as buyer confidence increases. Jumping over to condos, the average sale price of a condo in Milton is $644,000. This time last year it was $632,000, so we actually have a 1.9% increase. But my favorite stat about condos is the rental market. Right now, the average rent for a condo is $2,425 a month, which is a 12.6% increase compared to last year. With an average of 9 days on the market and multiple offers from well-qualified tenants, it's a great time to be a landlord. Not only can you get a great cap rate, but you can also gain some quick equity.
For all the details and understanding the current market stats, please reach out to teamlogue.ca.